Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. No, your screen is not broken. This video will not have me in it. It's just me talking. I don't know what you're really seeing, but yeah. So if you're not interested in me talking about whatever this topic is that I need to talk about, you can click off now. I'm not feeling very well. I'm sick, and I just chose not to be in front of the camera today, but I still wanted to talk about something that is very important to me at the moment. So, as you know, my channel, my videos have not been consistent, and I have tried my best to put myself out there on my channel because this is what I chose to do for my journey, to help me and also to help anyone else that needs to hear what I have to say. And maybe it can help them wherever they are in life and with whatever they are dealing with. Obviously, you know, I'm on a weight loss journey, and I had a very great beginning, and I did fall off track for many months. And if you've watched previous videos, I've, touched on this subject. But what I haven't really touched on, I guess, is this, I cannot describe to you what it feels like to fall off track. It's something very personal and different for every person. But for me, it is unfortunately total, a feeling of total failure. I have very unrealistic, I admit that I have very unrealistic expectations of myself, and I constantly expect so much more from myself. And this journey, this particular time, I have tried and practice this every day, because it does not come easy for me to be happy with the small steps along the journey, with the progress, and to enjoy every single moment of it, good, bad, or anything that comes my way. To celebrate myself, to celebrate who I am, and to be happy with who I am along the journey. Because again, I no longer think that when I get to my goal weight, I will be happy, because I've been there and I've been back, and I've been there and I've been back several times, and happiness did not grow as my weight went down. I felt more insecure. I felt constantly, I felt this constant pressure that I put on myself to continuously just like somehow beat my own records, like as if it's almost like, when they say you're your own enemy, right? And you're also your own friend. So you can either, self destruct or get better every single day. And I never got to the point where I was satisfied. And that can be a good or bad thing depending on how you look at it. But satisfaction doesn't necessarily mean that you're comfortable and that you'll go back to who you are. Satisfaction, in a way, about yourself can be in that very moment. You're satisfied with who you are, what you accomplished that day. You're grateful, and you wake up the next day aiming to Find those things in your life that you're grateful for, and find those moments that you will celebrate, whether somebody is clapping for you or not, whether you have support of friends or family or not. And if you're all alone in the world, finding a way to celebrate yourself every single day. It sounds maybe ridiculous, but it is so necessary, because in this, I've learned so many things in this short time that it's overwhelming, honestly, about myself. So I've had to face who I am. I've had to face my patterns and my habits. I've had to face, this inner journey, literally going in. It's like the outside shell really is nothing compared to the inner work that I've had to do. And it's a daily struggle sometimes to find positivity, even when you are mechanically doing all the steps that you need to. Does that make sense? Like, every day I can wake up and I can have my hot water and lemon, and I can go to the gym, and I can eat completely clean and healthy and feel proud of myself in the moment, and do all the things that are robotically in my routine, like the way you wake up and brush your teeth, or whatever your morning, night, day routine is. And in those moments where you're having this day to day, it's very easy. You fall into a routine, you do things because that's the way, it's like clockwork. But to actually be able to, I honestly don't even know how to explain it to you, but the way, when I look at my own patterns of my behavior, it's like I can just see my life. Literally, I can just see the chapters of my life sometimes repeat themselves. And I feel sometimes powerless to stop these repetitive behaviors. And so now I'm not so much trying to erase the bad of the journey, because I understand that the good comes with the bad, and vice versa. So whether I'm struggling or whether I'm thriving really is not necessarily something that's going to be consistent every single day. Every single day, whether I'm on a routine or not, I'm not going to be completely happy, bubbly, positive, and feel no emotions or tears or anything. It's just not realistic. When I got back on track, I was going through the motions of what I was doing when I was on track. But in my mind, I was talking to myself, and I was not trying, but literally fighting off negative thoughts. So I will be exercising. Let's say I'm doing laps in the pool, and I will literally be recounting in my head how many months I was off track, and then recounting in my mind how many months from that date it will be that will be equivalent to the months that I was off track. Like, how many on months will I have in a row? Challenging myself. Like, do you see how toxic that can be? I mean, to just constantly remind yourself of your failures while you're trying to better yourself every single day. There's something wrong with that. And I acknowledge that there's something wrong with that, because I cannot relive every single day that was bad and expect myself to feel good while I'm making good choices. Does that make sense to you? So I read this quote today. By the way, just a little disclaimer, I am going on the second day in a row of not sleeping. So if there's something I said in here that doesn't make sense, just go with me. I am not feeling well. I am in a lot of pain, and I felt the need to come on here and just talk. This is my journal. This is my way of documenting my journey. And I don't remember every single day of my life and every single moment that I've lived. So for me, this is something I can look back on when I need to see, what I went through, and to gain inspiration from myself when I need to. So this is it. I'm sick. It's life. I haven't slept. I'm dealing with a lot of different symptoms right now. And praying and hoping that I feel better and back to myself very soon. Still going through the motions, of course, and trying to better myself every single day, but acknowledge that I'm just not feeling well. So there's no way around it. I may say things that don't make sense, and that's okay. It's just a disclaimer. But anyway, so the quote that I read on Instagram, in the one moment that I allowed myself to go on my phone, because I tried the whole disconnecting myself from my phone and doing all the sleepy time things in order to sleep, but the reality is I'm just not falling asleep. So recording a video, and hopefully I fall asleep at some point, or I'll just never sleep again. I'm kidding. When the pain subsides, I'm sure I'll fall asleep. But anyway, happy thoughts about sleep. I miss it. But anyway, so the quote that I read on Instagram, and I don't remember it exactly to the T, but it was something along the line. I screenshotted it, but it was something along the lines of, actually, you know what? Hold on a second. I'll be right back.